Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I'm playing Captain America and the Avengers, the smash hit SNES game. Well, actually it was an arcade game that was later brought to the SNES, like most good arcade games. So this is Captain America and the Avengers, based on the early 90s lineup of Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and I'm pretty sure it's Vision, although my instinct said Moon Knight. Steve Rogers, health 140. Job, illustrator. Picked for the experimental super soldier project during World War II, trained to become a one-man army. Iron Man's the one-man army. He's the super soldier. Combat expert, his special skill is his shield throwing ability. I would argue it's his shield catching. Tony Stark. Job, inventor. President of Stark Industries, he's an inventor of new weapons. His power comes from his steel suit of steel suit. With his suit, he can travel underwater or in space. Iron Man and his steel suit of armor. Vision, android. Weight 300. Job, adventurer. An artificial being with great knowledge of biology and engineering. You know, Vision. That's what he's about. His power comes from light, gathered by the gem in his forehead. He uses this light energy to fire his solar beam. So interestingly, this... Clint. Oh, that does say Clint Barton. For some reason that's on 2 lines. Job, security guard. Hawkeye received his training under Captain America. I particularly like that it's already shit on Hawkeye. He's also a naturally skilled marksman with any thrown or aimed weapon. He has superhuman power of sight and is skilled with a bow and arrow. You cannot beat me. So this is Red Skull, the main villain of the game. Inexplicably just wearing a quite nice suit. Right, we ready for this? So should we start with some training, some Avengers style training? The only thing I really know about this game is that it was made by a Japanese company and then not released in Japan, which in my mind means they gave 0 shits about it. Right, I don't know why Vision is that way looking. I don't recall him ever looking like that in the comics. Presumably he did, but whatever. Iron Man looks pretty good, actually. It's quite a good look. The face is a bit weird, but that's fine. Captain America is the broadest shouldered man in history, and he's clearly skipping leg day far too often. And Hawkeye looks fine, actually. That's right. I would go with Iron Man because I need to explain myself, really. Red Skull seeks to conquer the world with a team of supervillains. Oh shit, who was in there? It's, what's his name? He's used mind control to bring them under his power. I think that's Juggernaut with one eye. It's Grim Reaper, the Wizard. That's Claw, Ulysses Claw on the left. And the one on the right, I'm not sure about.
America still needs your help.
So I'm thinking that's Claw, Ulysses Claw. And I'm not sure about the other 2, really. Couldn't really see them well enough.
Okay, go.
Quite excited for this. It's got a good aesthetic to it. Wow. Yep. I'll handle this. Alright, let's just check some buttons out. Alright, I've learned to jump at least. These enemies are incredibly powerful. They can break all your attacks. They can't be stun locked at all. That's like rule 1 of a beat 'em up, surely. Let you stun knock at least the easy enemies. Alright, he's kicking the shit out of me. But I have learned how to do a ranged attack. It's interesting, there's some sort of maths at the bottom. It just says C equals 3. Continues equals 3, I'd guess. I can't beat that. That one's got an extendo grip. These enemies are incredible. Alright, that's weird. Alright, come on, fuck him up. Fuck off. I've got an idea. If I can just... There we go. This one is particularly difficult to kill because I don't seem to be able to do anything to him. Or maybe that's not true. It's really hard getting the correct plane of attack. This is weirdly a lot of sort of screen retail to deal with. Oh, we got our first enemy. Oh, it's Whirlwind, I think it is. He left. Oh, he's left. Who I thought initially was Claw, but I don't think it is anymore because he seems to be quite naked. And someone else. I think it is Claw. I'm pretty sure the other one is an Iron Man villain. I don't know why I said villain so weird. Oh, did a different attack there. Specifically a villain who is made... Oh, okay, switch character. Sweet. Cap, throw the shield. I think every enemy, every character gets a ranged attack, which is probably the only saving grace of this game. It's quite cool. I love it. Cap, he's got a shield. He'll never get to use it. Alright. They have a bigger invincibility frame than I do. Yeah, I think these are all enemies that were featured in the Iron Man cartoon series of the 90s. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is incredibly difficult. I didn't think this would be as difficult. Normally, like, these games aren't that hard, but you have no, like, moments of invincibility whatsoever, so getting stun locked is very easy. And the enemy doesn't have any either. Like, normally that would knock an enemy on its ass, but not in this game. This game is just super harsh. I feel like they made it... Oh, there's Quicksilver. Oh, he's brought some food. Did he bring food? The damage numbers would imply that I'm doing something to them, but... I don't know if I think they're just immune to ranged attacks is the way it works. I do like the fact that I can swap characters when I die though. The benefit of that is I won't have to play through it so much to see all the characters. Although I've now decided they're all going to be much the same and generally awful. Come on, Cap, you can do this. It's weird, they've done a really good job on the character models. Like, particularly like the characters you play as, and a lot of the villain characters. There's, I'm sure his name's Whirlwind. He's got wind-based powers, I know that. Alright. Yep, fuck you. I love how... The only way of playing this is literally just cheesing the ranged attacks. It's so hard to do anything else. It keeps doing these weird bits where it takes control away from me. It's weird. You will never wish. You'll wish you never came. Also, it's pretty clear that this is an arcade title designed to just grab all your money. Which is why I bet it had like a real like decent cabinet to it and made it look really exciting. But in actuality, like playing it, you die super fast. See, the trouble is, all the enemies have better cheese moves than you do. It's I can't tell if it's either really unfair or like the opposite of. Alright, vision. Behold my solar beam. No. Alright, it's got limited range, like real solar beams would. Okay. Is he just not going to stop? This might be the end for me at this boss. It's incredibly hard. Come on, Vision, put some work into it. Where's your colour palette? I can only assume that this was a real, like, the look of Vision at the time. I think I just won. Yes, stage clear. The Avengers. Whirlwind's attack was just a setup. Look at that face they've drawn on him. He looks like such a goober. Other towns are being taken over. Not cities, just towns. They're just going for small town America. Also, why does the cap on the left appear to have red eyes? It's really evil. Hurry, Avengers. You know, us four. Is that a sentinel? It looks like a sentinel. Target town. Have we suddenly got the X-Men in here? If I didn't know any better, you'd think that to make this, they literally just chucked in Google image search, like Marvel Comics, and just like went from there. And that's the full sum of like what they did. I'm just like, yep, there's some cool character designs, we'll take them. I don't know what I'm doing. These enemies are bastards. They attack faster than me. And they stun knock me, and they can attack from a different plane of existence to me. It's entirely unfair. Fuck off! They can shoot 3 times like, in the air. This game clearly never had any play testing because the computer is just way too difficult. Sod off! I haven't even got a special attack. That's the worst part of it. I can't just like. Maybe there is a special attack. What if I push some buttons? No. Fuck off! Leave me alone! This is so brutal. This is just ridiculously harsh. Can't even get to see what this move is Hawkeye's trying to do. Right. Fuck off! It takes like 100 hits to kill an enemy. They have the same amount of health as you. Is that Wonder Man? I think it is. Oh, is it a flying level? Wonder Man comes in and he drops in a kind of scootery thing. I now wish I was Iron Man to see if Iron Man just flies himself or what. Wow. So Wonder Man very kindly gave us a craft. But it doesn't have any weapons. I just have to use my own bow and arrow. That's hilarious. Well, I've died, haven't I? Is that it? Do I get like an extra go or high scores? Awesome, radical, gnarly, good job, cool, fair, and practice. I got to the rank between cool and fair. I wonder what I knocked out. So, average, I bet is actually the answer. Where do we go from there? Red Skull's 1. That's all I can say. Right, what are the options? Oh, here we are. Well, make me feel better. I was playing on easy mode. Can you imagine? Should have jacked that up straight away. Punch, attack, and jump. That always bugs me in these sort of games. When they give you 3 actions to do, they couldn't even bother to like make up a 4th one. There's 4 buttons on the controller. It's cheap is what it is. I know the arcade cabinet probably had just whatever they wanted. So practice mode is clearly just you fight like your friend playing with the second controller. I'm almost 90% certain that's what this is going to be. It is, and it's not even in a special section of the game. It's just in like the opening level. Right. Interestingly, Hawkeye's arrow does as much damage as Iron Man's blasts, implying that all the characters are the same. But remember in the opening video when we were reading it and it gave a little bio? When I first read that, I thought, because Captain America was first, it said Steve Rogers, and I mentally read it as age 140, which he'd be getting on for about now, but not when this game was released. He'd be closer to, what, 90 maybe? I don't know, something like that. That's by the by. It said health. It specifically said health 140, and it gave different numbers for each of the characters, which I assumed meant that the characters had different stats, such as health. Me and Iron Man here, we both started with 100 health, so that's clearly not true. And we take the same amount of damage from each other's attacks. So unless it's a massive coincidence and Iron Man's increased attack is proportional to Hawkeye's apparently increased defense, that's not the case, which means all the characters are exactly the same. Alright, so what is he doing there? Can I slow that down in any way? I can't fathom the movement. Right. If I remember, I will slow this down frame by frame, and you might be able to see the about 3 frames of animation, what the middle one is that's implying the attack. I'm guessing it's some sort of punch, but it's hard to tell. So we got that. And there's this punch down, there's a kick, and there's that kind of attack down, which is incredibly hard to make hit. And the range of this move is tiny. Alright, you can't run. Oh. I did just do a slide. Weirdly, there's no run, but if you double tap and then attack, that's how you do, well, just this slide, and it replaces the shoot button, the most useful button. Alright, let's finish off Iron Man. It's good to know that every single attack does the same amount of damage as well, so there's no point varying it up, there's no combos, there's no difference to it. Why did they even add that thing where it says like smash and pow and plam, which is a one I'm not familiar with. Yay, I won. That might be the laziest inclusion ever, that practice mode, isn't it? It almost feels like there's some rule where you can't release an arcade game 100% to a console, so they're like, now it's got this mode. So this is normally the point where I would type in some code and like complete the game on easy mode. Unfortunately, this game has no cheats that I can be bothered to find, or that I can find at all. But according to this on the Wikipedia page, get ready for this. These are the villains in the game. Yeah, okay, so the other Avengers that appear in the game and presumably just drop off food and equipment are Wasp, Quicksilver, Wonder Man, and Namor the Submariner. We saw Wonder Man and Quicksilver, okay, that's fine. And then the Red Skull has assembled an army of supervillains. So there was Claw, who I got right, Living Laser, who I think was the other one we fought at the start, who I was quite correct, is essentially a character who was in the Iron Man TV series. Whirlwind, got his name right. The Sentinels, which we saw briefly. The Wizard, the Grim Reaper, I got them both right. The Mandarin was, I think, one I didn't get. The Juggernaut, which I got. Ultron, the Assassin Crossbones, and finally the Red Skull. So the really weird part is this. The game is called Captain America and the Avengers. Nearly all of the villains are Iron Man villains. Like Whirlwind, Living Laser, Mandarin. There's a couple of X-Men villains in there. The Sentinels, Ultron. I would say that... oh, and there's Wizard, which is a Fantastic Four character, if you ask me. I do associate Grim Reaper and Ultron as classic Avengers villains, though, so I'll give them that. No, Claw's like Black Panther, Fantastic Four, isn't it? Ulysses Claw. This is a terrible level game. Oh, I can confirm though, it does say here that Iron Man and Vision will fly on their own in the flying level. They won't use a weird little scooter thing, so I'll give them credit for that. I get some 1 more 0.5%. Let's see, this has been called a forgettable scroller with mediocre action and sound. Yes. Yeah, this is one of those games that if it didn't have a license, it would be 0 out of 10, and the license gains it like 1 point. Though I do like that screen in the background. That's cool. That looks almost like an actual comic book cover, so I'll give them points for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.